Richard Pryor, George Carlin, they kind of took and Joan Rivers, that quartet pretty much took what had been like, a comedy, but it was like one-liners and knock knock and doctor to doc, that kind of stuff, and they broke it apart and turned it into kind of what modern comedy is.
Right.
But there was a lot of swearing, they were being arrested, that was censorship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to see, I should watch some Lenny Bruce stuff.
Weirdly, I would say, if you watch the movie about him with Dustin Hoffman,
oh yeah?
It almost does Lenny Bruce better than Lenny Bruce.
Okay. I didn't even know about that.
Oh, you're young. What are you?
32.
Exactly.
Hello, and welcome back to Got a Problem Mate podcast. My name's Bilal Zafar. I'm on tour right now. I've got several awards and nominations and all of that. This is Joe Page. He's got
this week?
He's got glasses.
You've got awards and nominations this week?
No,
not
since 2021.
Okay.
When I got a joe.co.uk online award. It wasn't a trophy. It was a picture on Twitter.
I'm Joey Page. I'm currently supporting Rob Beckett and Laura Smith on tour.
And Tottenham.
And Tottenham Hotspur. And also, I'm also supporting my landlord. And
that's good, yeah.
And Thames Water.
That's a good cause.
Yeah. And Octopus Energy.
Are they good?
They're very fair. Not how I was expecting to start this. How you doing?
I'm okay, man. I'm currently touring.
Yeah, how's it?
It's been good so far.
Going boring. Touring going.
No, you didn't come.
I know because I've been busy. We can talk about why I couldn't come as well.
So last time he didn't come because he had a chance of meeting, who was it?
Jeff Goldblum.
He had a chance of meeting Jeff Goldblum. Then he didn't meet Jeff Goldblum.
But it was worth the risk because we nearly got him as a guest.
We didn't nearly get him as a guest.
If I'd have met him, we would have.
He wouldn't have come on
my charm, etc.
No.
Yeah.
What was your excuse this time?
My excuse this time was I had to film a TV advert for not TV for phones.
For phones.
It's going to be on phones everywhere.
Good money.
Excellent.
Good money.
I bought these glasses with them.
Those glasses, £4,000. Is that what you do when you get a big payment? You just buy one thing.
Yeah, one. Last time it was a speedboat.
I'm gonna audition for adverts now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming into my world.
Well, I really need money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to get a voiceover agent, trying to get adverts.
Yeah. Well, why don't you see if any are listening? Do it.
Can I please have
a voiceover?
Okay. For
what? These glasses.
These glasses.
Is that it?
Yeah.
No,
you need to put in. Look, I'm the guest. I've not even been introduced, but you need to put some flavor in.
Thank you.
Like you need to really sell the glasses.
All right. How would you do it?
Are you tired of the world? Okay. Bland and samey. Get these tinted screens and open your mind. Okay. I'll say the copy wasn't well written.
That was improvised.
It was improvised. It would be better copy. I was really just focusing on the different things I was doing with my voice. Well, look, I have not done ads, but I've done cartoons.
Oh,
yes, I was like a cartoon villain, so I'm more like Garbage Boy and Trash Can.
Sorry?
So it's on Cartoon Network. It's a show called Garbage Boy and Trash Boy and Trash Can. They're superheroes. And then I was the villain, Dr. Sore Eyes.
Is this real?
Yes, this is real.
I feel like if I took these off, this starts this episode less weird, but it hasn't.
Let's introduce our guest.
Yes, let's introduce our guest.
I literally just jumped in.
No, that's fine. It happens sometimes. And that's also fine. But you were right to come in and stop that. Like a referee just coming in to wave off the fire. He's down. He's not making an absolute hash of this. Which is something I want to talk. Oh god, right. Let's introduce our guest. I want to talk about Tyson Fury's dad headbutting somebody as well.
Okay. Do you want to do your intro?
I saw that in the paper on the way here and I was amazed.
I saw the video.
Oh, I haven't seen the video. Anyway, let me shuffle my sheets here.
We've got paper for the first time.
We've got paper. It's
Ryan
very
printed
exciting.
out some paper.
Have you seen this man? He's been on the Royal Variety Performance, and have I got news for you? And Britain's Got Talent, the champions, and I'm assuming Britain's Got Talent, not the champions, the bit before. Otherwise, how'd you get onto the champions?
That wouldn't be fair.
I've gigged with him at the Bath Comedia.
Yes.
I've stayed in the same house as him at the Bath Comedia. He's come all the way from Manchester to be with us today. What an absolute gem of a human being.
Oh my God.
One of the most decorated guests we've ever had on the show.
Fantastic.
Daliso Chaponda!
In the house! What's happening?
Right,
What's
now
happening?
Bilal's going to do an intro and you have to pick the best one.
Okay, do it.
It's not often you have a guest where you can say, now that's a guest. Because we've had some poor quality guests. Every guest we've had has been not good enough.
I assume they don't listen.
They do.
Well, why don't you listen next week to find out?
Find out.
And I don't mean they're bad at their jobs and stuff. I mean that they're poor quality people, morally quite bad. But today's guest is a proper guest because this might be the guest who's done stand-up comedy the longest out of all the
Yes.
guests, genuinely.
I've now been a comedian half my life.
My God.
22 years
Wow.
of comedy. And I'm 44.
Yeah,
but like, essentially, 22 years old, I first started doing open spots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've not been a pro for 22
Sure.
years, but that was the first time I got up on stage.
Yeah, probably the longest then. Though I'm probably second longest.
Proper comedian, everyone. On tour right now with Feed This Black Man Again.
Again!
Daliso Chaponda.
Yes.
That was a good intro I did.
I didn't mention what he's currently doing, I guess.
Yes.
Yes.
But I feel like mine was more coherent.
But it's interesting that I'm now the comedian who's, been doing it the longest who you've had, because for a long time I was defined, my personality was defined by I was the young up and comer. Do you know what I mean? Like I was always like in rooms as the youngest guy. And it's so weird when you define yourself by being young and promising, and then you're like, now I'm like being called veteran comedian.
Now, and do you feel like you've written a lot of your material from that place of being young? Because that's how I feel when I write material. I write from the perspective of a young person, but I'm going to be 40 this year, and I've been doing it 18 years now. And,
exactly. There was a point where you have to realize you're not that anymore.
Yeah.
And you have to start changing what you talk about. There was a funny night I had where I was performing with Noise Next Door for an absolutely brilliant improv group, but they do these songs.
They've got no material.
And I came up to them at the end of the show and I said, why don't you do that boy band love song? Their big finish they'll bring a woman on stage and they'll sing, and they're like, look at us. We're not a boy band anymore. It would just be creepy. It's creepy old man love song. And you're like, oh. And so there's often times when you look at your material and you're like, I can't write from that anymore because I don't look like that
So where
anymore.
How did you make that shift? Because I feel like I've got to have that conversation with myself in the next 6 months.
It's just themes. So like my current show is about thinking about your legacy. It's about like it's just older subjects. You're not talking about pickups and partying. You're talking about like family and stuff like that. You can. There's still some evergreen. Like I would say Tom Stade's older than me, but he's the youngest comic I know in terms of lifestyle. He's still rock and roll, but I'm not.
That's why I've got these.
This is fantastic. I'm trying to think of. There's a serial killer who has similar glasses.
See,
that's not what you were going for.
I was going for like a Hunter S. Thompson thing.
Hunter S.
I was
Thompson
also
works.
I'm basically just what So you do a lot of travel. Do you drive?
No,
right,
I
okay,
travel non-stop.
Right, yeah. But I'm always on the motorway at night, and people's headlights. You people with your headlights are getting fucking ridiculous, right? And so I bought these from the petrol gauge because they stop the glare. They're for night vision, right? And then I thought I'm going to see if I can get away with wearing them on the podcast and out.
It didn't work.
It is working.
Didn't work.
I did a poll on my Instagram, and 73% of people said that I should wear them.
Have you ever?
3 votes.
Do you know the comedian Mitch Hedberg?
Yeah.
He used to do, and he made it work.
I've yet to wear them on stage. I was going to wear them on the weekend. I bottled it.
I feel quite weird.
Yeah.
It's like a big change. Suddenly everything's orange. Right?
Do you want to have a go?
Yeah.
You're going to look like Rose West in these.
Thank you.
This is for video. We are also on YouTube, of course.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Hello, peeps.
Joey should have told you. I'm really sorry about this.
Yeah, I would have dressed up more. You know what I mean? I think I look better with my jacket.
Today, so.
I look better with. Oh, is this my jacket?
No,
this is someone else's jacket.
That's my jacket. You can pop it on if you want.
Do you want to wear it? Wear it.
There's my jacket.
I would like to say in this brief costume change, if you are only listening on Spotify or in your car while somebody's beaming their great big bright lights into your face, then God bless you and thank you very much. But don't forget to rate and subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform you are listening on. And if you're watching, why not leave a little comment and we'll get back to you? Did we do that last time?
Last time and it worked.
Did you get back to them?
Leave a comment, guys. You know what they do on YouTube?
What?
Oh, we'll get to those later.
No.
They say like halfway through these like long interviews on YouTube, they'll be like at the end they'll say, and what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Oh
You need to do it fast.
Yes. Yeah. What do you guys think about the headlights?
Let us know in the comments.
Okay. So before we get into this properly,
what
do you want to?
Well, I would just want to ask first. You don't drive? Is that you can't drive?
I don't drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've never learned.
Oh no! Well, I learned, and then there was an accident.
Oh, okay.
And then now it's been over 10 years, so I probably would be fine. But there was like anxiety now when I was in cars, so I was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't be behind the wheel.
So how are you traveling to your gigs?
I either take the train, or when it's a tour show, I usually get an open spot.
Okay.
Well, not an open spot, my opener to drive.
Prey on young people.
I do not. I do not. Just because if I say yes,
comedians.
if I say yes, and if I say yes to preying on young people, there's going to be like a Russell Brand type like headline. And no, I do not prey on the young. I do not prey.
All this is.
I mean, I pray, but I do not pray.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm seeing about the comments.
We have, while you look at that, we have a feature, Daliso, called Vet the Guest.
Vet me.
Yes, okay. I ask 5 questions and it's like a personality test.
Let's do it.
We see if you're appropriate.
So it's like a modern Rorschach test instead of images, questions.
Yeah. And basically, if you fail,
you have to go back
it was
to
a very long train
journey.
Very long interview.
It's like there's a notorious case where there's a comedy gong show where if you're terrible, they gong you off. And someone came down from Scotland all the way to London and walked on stage.
Was it the store
gonged off immediately? No, at the comedy store. Was gonged off immediately, which I thought was horrible but hilarious.
Yeah,
isn't it? So 5 questions. Please answer honestly. Joey can tell if you lie. He's very good at that.
That's it.
Question 1. What's the best fast food?
It would be chicken. Like spicy chicken.
From where?
From Nando's? Yeah.
The Cluck Doctor.
Sorry?
The Cluck Doctor.
Okay.
Dr. Nando's? I think that's the one where no matter where I am, I can get it. And then also, just on another note, if I'm in a very white town, the whitest place ever, and I want to see someone brown, I'll go to Nando's and I'll be like, brother! There'll be at least one.
Yeah, I understand. He doesn't. He's smiling, but he has no idea.
No, he notices where the brown people are too, just in a different way.
Everyone that's brown with these lenses on.
I need lenses like that, like when I'm in Kendall. It's just like everybody's brown.
Feel a lot safer. Question 2. What are you cooking these days?
What am I cooking? I do Thai food.
Oh, nice.
Do you?
Often like tom kha soup.
Oh.
It's delicious and quick. All you need is like coconut milk, like lime grass. It's the same bunch of ingredients, and you put them together, and it's always something good.
There's an amazing right near to where we record this, though I'm not going to give the location because I don't want fans coming down bothering us. There's an amazing Thai place.
Yes,
it's like the best place in London. I think
I will find out its name off.
I'll need to remember what it's called.
Is that where we?
But it's in the
No, I didn't think that.
No. It's in the arcade. You know that food hall place there. It's so good.
I mean, if I do a crime and I'm being executed, my final meal is Thai.
Yeah. What would yours be?
Yeah, a nice pho soup.
You're gonna have a soup. Your last meal is gonna be a soup.
Well, not a soup. A ramen.
Ramen.
Good beef ramen.
I'm having a barbecue chicken pizza.
What?
Like a Texas barbecue pizza.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm.
Dessert?
Cheese board.
That's not a dessert.
I'm like,
I've always felt that.
ice cream. Ice cream. Then
Okay.
Yes.
What would your dessert be?
Waffles.
Yeah.
Waffles with ice cream and as excess. And also because I'm about to die, I don't need to worry
what about
about
starter?
calories.
Starter.
Starter would be wings, chicken wings.
Mm.
I'm hungry.
About your
Yeah,
starter.
I'm thinking about my starter.
Hungry.
What's your starter?
I don't know, man.
Oh, nachos.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to share
Melted
nachos?
cheese. Melted cheese.
We're going down together. Do you want to share nachos?
Oh, we both
yeah.
going together.
Yeah, what
Okay.
we've done is
Well, we've got to
horrific.
share our food.
What we did was horrific.
Okay.
We get a share in nachos.
What we did was horrific. Question 3. Are you good at being confrontational?
Yes.
Oh, says he.
I think comedians generally are, because if I need to confront someone, I add humor. Right. So if I didn't have the humor skill, I might hesitate. But like, let's say like I'm on a train and someone's being a total dick, right? And everyone's uncomfortable. I will say that's kind of out of hand, but I'll say it in a bit of a ridiculous way. So I'm often the person who stands up when someone's being an idiot and like, hey, that's...
Oh.
But I don't do it in a macho way. I do it in a ridiculous, buffoonish way, right?
And what if they attack you?
Then it'll be in the news. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so far, so good. You know what I mean? Like, because I think humor is the skill of de-escalating. And so I often de-escalate situations.
Not the way I do it.
No.
You
No, I'm joking.
escalate it.
No, I'm joking.
No, because like it's macho people who are like, and they make it worse. While if you're like, I don't know if what do you mean by that? You know what I mean? And you just act a fool. You'll often get like puzzlement or a laugh.
That was a very cartoon villain.
It was so funny because when I did this cartoon villain, they found me because of my stand-up.
Oh, that's great.
And then they were like, okay, can you do this? And then I started doing voices. It's like, no, just do it like you. You already sound like... So I'm high-pitched and bizarre. So I'm already a cartoon.
So how many episodes was that character in?
Six
great.
episodes. And it was... I don't know what this means, but it was in the top 10% of most viewed Cartoon Network things last year. So they're doing another season, but I'm the villain, so they probably use another villain. But still,
Okay.
I'm hoping.
But you never know. Yeah,
I'm hoping there's a cameo. I'm the henchman
You didn't
of
die
the
at
new
the
one
end,
or
did
something.
you?
I didn't. Well,
That'd be
I left the screen in the mouth of a giant chicken.
okay. Yeah.
Right. This is it's for very young people. Right.
Yeah.
It's so amazing how it's like my 11-year-old nieces are not interested.
Oh.
It's too young. It's for
Right.
the 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds. But it's very silly.
Cool. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good idea. Oh, we could have it pop up on the screen, couldn't we? Your character,
Yes. Dr. Sore Eyes.
Dr. Sore Eyes.
Sore Eyes. And it's Garbage Boy and Trash Can.
Dr. Sore. Who's that? Okay, I can't wait. I cannot wait. So we have it pop up on the screen for our YouTube viewers.
Fantastic.
There he is. Is that him?
That's Garbage Boy.
That's Garbage.
Garbage Boy, who's played by a friend of mine.
Oh, cool.
They use comedians for a lot of roles.
Oh, I'd love that
His
kind
name's
of work.
Salvador, because it's very silly.
Yeah.
Can't actually find a picture of old Dr. Sore Eyes.
Oh,
Cool. While you're doing that,
I'm shocked.
This is
Sore, S-O-R-E.
this
Sore.
is a good question for you.
Bring it.
Where's home for you?
Home is where my friends are, right? When I was born, I was a refugee, so I was bouncing around for that. Then my dad became a diplomat, then I was bouncing around for that. Then I became a comedian, and then I was bouncing around for that. So my radio show is Citizen of Nowhere, because I literally am nothing. And so home is people, right? I've got a close friend, Karen, she's home, right? I've got a friend, Tony, he's home, right? I've got it's just people who I'm really close to, who, when I'm with them, I'm home.
What's he
Dr.
doing?
Sore Eyes.
That is a terrifying cartoon, which would put off all the children.
That was a very good answer.
That's a very tender answer.
That was lovely, yeah. And final question: have you ever seen a badger?
Of course.
Where?
Just you see badgers
Do you?
in the wild.
Where? In Manchester.
Hedges and
There's no in Manchester, is there?
No, but I've been all over the world and you see badgers. Do you know what I mean? Like,
so you've seen loads of badgers.
Yeah. Have everyone seen a badger?
I saw a dead one the other day.
That doesn't count.
Got run over on the motorway.
I mean, not like in the
I
last
couldn't say I was going
week, but I've seen badgers. Everyone's seen badgers. They're not like endangered. It's not like, have you seen a rhino? I mean, I've seen a rhino. But like, I was trying to think of an animal that's hard to see. Gorillas. Gorillas are hard to see. And I saw gorillas. I saw gorillas in Rwanda. We went into the game park and we drove up, and they are gigantic.
Yeah.
I thought gorilla they are massive.
Yeah.
Like King Kong is not that much of an exaggeration. They're big.
Right, yeah.
They're big.
It's like they're on steroids.
You'd hate that.
Imagine they were on steroids. They'd be even massive.
Yes, okay.
Congratulations, you've scored 7,000. That's very high.
So am I still doing the rest of the podcast?
What do you think?
Yeah, you now get to we now get to talk to you about your career and talk, before we then go into our problems.
Okay.
So I know that you are obviously, as you just said, a refugee from Malawi.
Yes.
So have you been back there as an adult, or have you?
Oh yes, no, I go a lot.
Oh, go a lot.
So when I was born, there was a dictator in power. Okay, a nutter. So my dad fled him, right? Because my dad is political, and so if he had been in Malawi, he would have been arrested. So he fled him, but he was kicked out of power. I don't know exactly, but Kamuzubada, when he was kicked out of power, then we could go back to Malawi, and then we did. My dad's a politician now, and so now and also I am Malawi's favorite son. Like literally, when I go back because of all the comedy stuff.
Yeah, so you're like the most famous Malawian export.
I am not the most famous Malawian, but I'm in the
as an export.
I'm the top few. I'm the top few. The top is Bushiri, who is a preacher, a prophet.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Entertainment cannot touch evangelism and miracles. Okay, but I'm in the conversation. I'm in the conversation.
You need to add some miracles.
I need to add some miracles. If I could do comedy and then
just a
heal someone at
miracle
the end,
on the break.
Done. Could you imagine? Your big finish is make someone blind see. Done. Done.
Cool.
Anyone else?
I mean, there are others, there's Tay Grin, a musician, and so on. But in terms of recognition everywhere, I think Bushiri is probably the most known, and then
you.
And then me.
So you're quite famous there.
Top two.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Top two.
Oh.
Like where Arsenal going to finish in the league.
No.
Yes.
Do you like football?
No. Leave it. Okay. So we've got a quiz coming up later on that is based on your experience of being on Britain's Got Talent.
Oh, right.
You're going to get to judge some prospective acts.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to have to remember, but I can judge people. I can judge people.
You're going to judge some acts later on. But you were Amanda Holden's Golden Buzzer act.
Yes,
correct?
Yes, I was.
So,
and you as comics will understand this. I went on with very low expectations. All that I wanted was a TV clip, which I could use to get corporates 100%, and stuff like that. Yeah. And I didn't have any good ones. And so I was like, if I go on, I'm good enough that I won't be buzzed off. I won't go through. I'm probably a bit too edgy for that, but I'll get a nice TV clip which I can use for stuff. And that was all that I wanted. And then I got the buzz. It was totally unexpected.
Yeah, amazing. And then that's led to raw variety.
Everything.
It's amazing.
It was because I've done a lot of things, but it was the first step which opened up to all of them.
Because you know this, comedians are very scared of that program from the idea that they're going to be made to look like an idiot. And I think you were the first comedian that showed everybody actually a comedian can be successful without them making you look like a fool.
I also didn't understand why everyone was so scared, because we do gong shows. We do shows in front of stags and hens.
Yeah, but we don't do gong shows in front of
stuff like that.
The whole of ITV.
Yeah, but they're paying attention. That's already better than drunken person calling you some swear word as you walk on stage. I had been doing like the jongleur circuit for a good few years, right? And I was like, I can do anything. I can do comedy in a war zone. I don't care.
But I think it's more like the way that they edit it to like make people look stupid. I think that's what most comedians do, including myself.
I think that's a myth. I think that's a myth. I think that's people saving face when they did badly.
Well, Prince Abdi got a bad edit on a TV show. Do you know about that?
I don't know about that show, but I'm talking about specifically this show wants people to do well. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then also if you get through to the semifinals, it's live, so they can't edit you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did jokes they told me not to do.
What year did you do?
2017.
Oh right, yeah, a while ago now.
It's not that long ago. What have you done since 2017?
Nothing.
No, okay.
7 years, a long time.
Is it 7?
Oh, yeah.
2017 is a long time ago.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
And still, a third of my audience is from BGT. Because at the beginning of shows, I ask who knows me from my radio show, knows from telly, and it's still at least a third. It's in some countries, it's the whole audience. So it's very, the reach of it is bonkers.
That must have been quite cool, because there's people that get sort of famous, I guess, a lot of attention, but then they don't have a lot to show for it, if you know what I mean. But you obviously have been doing comedy for ages.
Yes. And so
it's like,
and I'm also, I can write a new show every year kind of person. So I was like, I'm going to ride this wave. I'm going to tour until they get tired of me. Like, I'm going to be 72 touring, and I'm get like, yes, I was on Britain's Got Talent.
So do you find it gets easier or harder to write a new show every year that's like to keep up with the quality that you need?
I think it gets easier because you get better.
I think I'm going backwards.
Yeah. But if you think about it, age is funnier than youth.
Yeah.
Your body starts turning against you.
No.
You start having more complex situations. If you look at 20-year-old sets, it's trying to get sex, doing drugs. I'm saying generally, if we took 80% of the comedians, and it's pretty shallow stuff, right? And then as people get scars and experience, it gets really interesting. There's a reason why all the George Carlins and people like that, they became them late 40s. Do you know what I mean? Because
that's what I'm
they've got life that, you'll lose your faith and talk about stuff. You'll have people die. It just becomes richer, unfortunately, but the stuff to talk about,
there's more stuff.
It's more rich.
Bilal's stuck talking about his cat.
Not really.
No,
not really. No. Do you have any pets?
No.
Have you ever?
No.
Fair enough.
I've no interest in pets. In fact, I was going to visit a really close friend of mine, one of the people who I said is home, but she's dog sitting her girlfriend's dogs. And I was like, yeah, I'm not coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. So you hate dogs?
I'm Cruella de Vil.
Oh. So you make jackets out of dogs?
I would. If I
comedy starts going by,
if I was better at sewing. No, it's cultural. It's cultural. I grew up in countries where dogs were...
because it's made of dogs.
I wonder if that was like a psychological suggestion. But no, I grew up in countries where dogs are guard dogs. My experiences with dogs was being chased and being scared of dogs.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to then be like, oh, would you? It's different. And then I also have allergies. So it's like,
that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a nose spray.
Get a nose spray.
Yeah, I've got a good nose spray for allergies.
Are you allergic to dogs?
No, I'm allergic to grass.
Are you?
Pollen.
Yes. Pollen. I've got pollen too.
Yeah. Decanase.
Were you going to say something?
I was actually just going to say that because Daliso, from what I've seen of him on stage, in the brief moment when I woke him up in the house in Bath. So basically, when you do this gig, the Bath Commedia,
right?
Now this is a bit of time travel, but hilariously, that's where my tour show is this week.
Oh, is it?
This is going to air.
This is going out in a few weeks. So if you went to that, well done. But if not, it's too late. But we'll tell you about the dates you're not too late for shortly.
What was your story?
No, and they kind of almost, if you've not stayed, because I wouldn't normally stay, right, because I drive, so I drive home, and they kind of say, oh yeah, we've got this flat that you can stay in, which sounds like, it doesn't sound like it's going to be a shared situation,
Yes,
right?
and it also doesn't sound like it's going to be the flat that time forgot.
Yeah. And basically, I thought I'd stay in the flat because at the time my new girlfriend was coming with me. I thought, well, you know, for the weekend we'll go visit the Bath Spa. Yeah. And so we went, well, here's the bedroom. Went in. He's asleep in the bed. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Yes. But then we're in the other room with the two single beds, like two prison inmates. But then the poor girl who was the next to arrive had to just sleep in the living room.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Because, and it's so funny because they're like, oh, it's for 3 people. And you're like, no, like 2 people can stay. And then there's just one more person.
Yeah. So that was the first time I actually met you in real life. Was we were having an afternoon nap, and I just like But my point I wanted to get to was that you, from what I've seen of you in real life, you seem very wise. So I want to get into some problems.
Oh, wisdom! Bring it!
Okay. So Bilal, do you want to kick off? What's your problem this week?
I think I'm having an issue of not appreciating things enough. Because I'm frustrated with career and stuff, but actually it's quite good.
Yeah,
like
you get to do
like
this
I did. Well, not this. Oh. I just did a run at Soho Theatre, and when you're doing it, you're like, "This is my job, whatever." But then I had some people from my school come, who I hadn't seen for years, like 12 years or something, and they were like, "I can't believe you're doing this. It's amazing." And then you realise, like, "Oh yeah."
Do you want to give them a shout out?
No.
If you are one of Bilal's friends from school and you would like to congratulate him on how well he did at Soho Theatre, you can join the Patreon now.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. Well done. I thought you were going to.
It's only a few £100 a month.
So I think
I've got you. I've
got married last year, but
but that was a damp squid.
I've got the solution. Okay.
Yeah.
Cut off everybody more successful than you, right?
Okay.
Do a social media purge of everyone who makes you feel envious or makes you feel like their life is better than yours.
Yeah.
Replace them with people you are doing better than.
Right.
Yeah. Replace them with people who are failures. Hang out with people where you are the.
I do.
You're the top dog.
Sorry, you didn't hack the empire.
Yeah.
I'm only half joking, right? I'm only half joking because I'm saying the most ridiculous, make friends with a crackhead and you'll feel better about yourself. That's it. But like the non-jokey version is, I had a similar time where I felt I was very frustrated, even though my life was good, and a lot of it was like it's because of things I'm seeing people on social media and wishing I wish I got that, and it just eats at you. Well, if you purge that stuff. And you just live your life. You're like, my life is great.
Do you ever get that flat with mold? That's his problem.
You always get it. You will always get it. And I'll tell you what's absurd. It's like, you can be top of the world. Like, if you have an interview with Jay-Z, like, you'll be like,
I'd love to see what circumstances that would be.
No, but I'm just saying, like, he will literally, you could be talking to someone who's at the top level, and it's like, why did Will Smith get that endorsement? Everyone does the comparison. I have opened for people who are legitimately famous world, and they're still griping about stuff. And I think the people who gripe no matter what level they are, and the people who don't gripe never do no matter what level they are. Oh. And it's just becoming the kind of person who's happy and appreciative of stuff.
Yeah, like Rob Beckett, very bitter.
Oh, is he?
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, I'm doing
Rob Beckett
for Rob at the moment.
Work for a Christian charity which helps people with debt. Oh no, sorry, that's Rob Thomas. Sorry,
wrong
one.
Yeah,
wrong comedian. Wrong comedian.
No, Rob Beckett is actually like so nice. Like he's just so happy. He's just like, yeah,
is he?
Yeah, so happy. It's great.
It's nice to be around. It's a mindset.
Yeah, he's successful though, isn't he?
No. I'll tell you what's interesting is you talk to the happy, successful person, ask them how they were when they were doing open spots. They're probably just loving it. And again, it's like I think you chop out. I don't know if we're meant to be silly or serious. Both.
Yeah.
Well, seriously, I think you get rid of the stuff because your life is fantastic. Doing a Soho run, touring, married, you just killing it, right? You're getting like if we were doing a grade card, okay, your problem will be harder, but you are killing it literally, smashing life. So the only reason why you're not enjoying it is your own brain.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to get into a bit of a technical question here.
Yes.
Right. So sorry for people that aren't comedians, but you just have to live with it.
They like this stuff. People like this stuff.
But you should, if you've got a problem with that, then you should get a more interesting job. I can't help it that you haven't got my life. Anyway, my thing is, when you do a club, right?
Yes.
You tend to do you've got a bulletproof 20 minutes.
Yes.
As much as possible, right?
Yes.
And I feel like I've been relying on mine for too long, and I wonder if I'm just getting in my own head about this. How often would you say that you change your Club 20?
Every day.
Every day.
So what you do is, no. So you don't change the whole set. You don't change the whole set, but every gig you have.
Sorry, but always
That's a man struggling to snap a pen twice. Get me another pen.
If you're only on audio, he just snapped a pen when he heard it every day.
No, you don't change the whole thing.
Right.
So this is what you do. Anytime you do a set, you should sandwich at least one new bit inside the Club 20. Yeah. So if you've got a Club 20, actually think of it as a Club 17. Okay. And there will always be 3 minutes of new stuff. And it energizes the whole set.
But I'm talking about so my set all makes sense within itself. So I will do that. But I feel like, some of these jokes I've had for 4 years now. I need to get rid of them.
Because to me, I think if you're always doing the sandwich thing, it starts being an evolutionary process where when one of the sandwich gags gets a giant response, it knocks out something which used to, and then gradually within 2 years.
Within 2 years, fine. I was I want to change it
every night.
Every 6 months.
Oh no, cause if you're writing to tour, you will find
what I want to be doing.
If you're writing to tour, cause I'm writing to tour now, I change it every year. But it's necessity which makes it happen. Before that, I used to change much slower, right? Because the deadline of, oh crap, people are coming to my show who watched the last show.
Deadlines.
Yeah, you have to create deadlines because we are all a bit lazy, right?
That's why we do this.
Yes. I nearly made my producer for the radio show have an embolism because I would always write the show 2 days before it airs. And he was just going crazy. He's like, we've had this deadline for 6 months. And, I'm thinking about it and I'm tinkering, but I need the madness of the deadline to do it. So look, it's also, how bulletproof is that 20?
Pretty good.
You could do the Jay Leno route. So what Jay Leno did is, younger people, he's a comedian who talk show host, but he was one of the most bulletproof comedians.
Is he Canadian?
I don't think so. He's American.
Yeah.
But he kept that perfect 20 for 40 years, right? And he made sure it didn't air. But he did lots of other comedy, but he still had this perfect 20. A more contemporary example is Phil Nicol.
Yeah.
Phil Nicol does a new Edinburgh show every 1 or 2 years, but he doesn't touch his perfect Club 20 because it's like a clock. He's actually probably the most feared act in terms of going on after him.
Well, it's like Jeff Innocent, right?
He changes a lot. He changes a lot.
But he also doesn't change a lot. I think, but
I don't know. Yeah. I don't think it's the same. You can follow Jeff Innocent. You can't follow Phil Nicol. It's absurd.
Yeah, right.
Oh. After Gay Eskimo, have you watched Gay Eskimo? He gets... Okay, people know it's on YouTube. If you Google Gay Eskimo,
don't do that at work.
Okay, it's it's a song. It's a song. Actually, don't Google Gay Eskimos. It's a song called "I'm the Only Gay Eskimo." It's his big finish. He gets someone on the audience and he serenades them with Gay Eskimo. The crowd is in tears, standing ovation. He goes, and next up, Daliso Chaponda. Oh, it's crushing. Oh, it's hard. Oh, it's hard. What can you do?
Okay, so we're gonna get you to now solve a listener's problem, and then we're gonna come on to your problem.
Okay, here we
And
go.
we've got a quiz for you.
We've got your problem.
That was my problem.
That was your problem.
What about
That
my?
you're not about. I thought you were just asking about comedy,
No, I was asking about my.
about your set.
Yeah,
That's
about
very
my 20.
sweet
Yeah,
that you're asking for advice like that.
yeah.
Hmm.
So you get better, Bilal.
Just quickly, sorry.
Humility.
Well, would you always start and end the same
Yes.
with your 20?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Because your start is your second best joke and your end is your best joke.
Yeah. Because he did a gig the other day and he did a brand new 20 and it went badly, didn't
It
it?
didn't go badly. It didn't go great. But
Was
that's
this
because-
a paid night? Were you being paid?
Yeah, but I was being underpaid.
Okay. Okay.
It was.
I would never do that when I'm being
No,
paid.
because it was 300 people,
You are a
and
maniac.
it was 150 quid.
But still,
Just 50p a
300
head.
people, and you're like,
Yeah.
new stuff.
No, not brand new stuff. It was like all stuff that's going to be in my longer show. Like I've done it, but not all together.
Still,
But
that person, you need to give them a refund.
Tell him.
Like,
Yeah.
no, because I'll tell you, this is the thing is like, if you know how to do well and you choose not to because you want to try out your stuff, I think that's irresponsible. But no, I think like, if I do 2 new jokes and they're not working and it's a paying crowd,
Yeah.
I'm going into the bar, the basement
Oh, no,
of
I
jokes
kept
for
going.
you're just like, I'm good. I'm gonna do this. But again, if you're underpaid, you don't care about being rebooked there.
Yeah.
It's
That
fine.
does affect things, to be fair.
It does.
50p a head.
No, it's not great.
No.
It's still £150 though.
Yeah, well, you know it's not £150.
What?
Our Patreon. What's that? About £3?
Please join our Patreon.
Join their Patreon.
Thank you.
Okay, then we can afford.
Do you have
to
a
give
Patreon or
Daliso
anything?
I
some money
did
for his
during the
train
pandemic,
ticket.
and then at the end of the pandemic,
Mm.
I turned it off because people were like, "We'll still support you," but it felt weird
Okay.
when people are, people who have not well-paying jobs
Sure.
are paying me in a Patreon, and I just did a corporate yesterday for the amount they make in a month. It just felt a bit absurd. So I
See
turned it off.
what a great guy.
Yeah.
Probably the nicest person that's ever
But-
come on this podcast.
But was the corporate for nuclear bombs?
The question is, I always wonder what I would say no to.
but he's taking money away from the nuclear
What would you say
bombs.
no to? I wouldn't do alcohol or
Nambla.
gambling. Pardon?
NAMBLA or something.
What's that?
Or they're like this horrific people who try to make kid. They don't believe in an age of consent kind of thing.
Oh,
So people like that, I wouldn't.
right.
Right, but like people selling weapons and stuff, I probably already have. Because I'll tell you what the problem is. You will do a bank,
Yeah.
and then you find out where all their
Sure.
tendrils go. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, if it literally was the Nuclear Arms Commission, I'd be like, no. But then if I'm doing like, Goldman and Sachs, I pretty much am doing Nuclear Arms Commission.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Mm.
Comic Relief in 2013 had to apologise for some of the money going towards arms and tobacco. That's true.
Okay.
So, no, but speaking of which,
That's what the kids want.
Lenny Henry,
Yeah.
right, is retired from Red Nose Day, right?
Yeah.
Who's taking over?
Finally, am I right?
Not finally, he was
I'm
magnificent,
joking.
but I want the job.
You want the job?
I want the job.
Okay,
I could
we
put,
can make that
we can
happen.
make that happen,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay, let's start
How
a
are you gonna do
campaign.
this?
No, we're going to start a campaign right
We'll
now.
start a campaign right
Yeah,
now.
Daliso.
Daliso,
Red nose.
let's put his red
Let's put
nose
a big
on.
red nose on Daliso. That's
Yes.
how we. That's for starters.
Yes.
What else do we need to do?
Um,
We need to get you in a bath full of beans.
I will bathe in beans. I will bathe in broccoli. Right? What else am I doing for this job?
You have to go and visit a lot of children in underdeveloped situations.
Well, I'm often in underdeveloped
Yeah.
countries.
So you're already there.
I'm already there.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
already
tick it
there.
off while you're
I
there.
was just in Seychelles last week. I'm going to Kenya, Zambia, Malawi in July. So,
And is this all for gigs?
yeah,
Oh,
yes, gigs. But I'm just saying on the off days from the gigs, I
Yeah.
can go to an orphanage.
Daliso's got a fantastic agent by the sounds of it. I want to go to the Seychelles.
how do you deal with jet lag? You must be exhausted all the time, right?
It's just life. You know what I mean? Like you just adapt. What I often do is I stay in UK time. So like when I went to do gigs in Singapore, I was like, if I switch my body clock for these 5 days I'm here, this is going to be really bad. So what I did was, as much as possible, if there wasn't a gig or I kept my watch on UK time and I slept during weird hours.
So have you got a great eye mask earplug situation?
No.
I can't sleep in the day.
Oh, I can sleep anytime.
Oh, okay.
Well, you caught him sleeping, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but I didn't catch him.
And it was
catch him.
daytime. Just like
Yeah, but it felt like no sunlight had ever gone into that place. So, okay. So should we do listener's problem or Daliso's problem? Let's do Daliso's
okay,
problem.
mine is it's a bit of an old problem because I think it's a more entertaining problem than current problem. I want to know what you would do in this situation. Okay, I went on a date.
Oh, yes.
How old is this problem?
This is a few years, 2 years, right?
Was that not your last date though?
No, I'm dating someone. No, like But anyway, went on a date.
Love this.
And
dating problems.
This woman is stunning. Okay.
I've been there.
Yeah, but and also no. But this is what I'm saying. This is context. Okay, you're very lonely. Woman is stunning.
Yeah.
You start the date. You're having the chat, and just there she drops some mad racism.
Oh.
Right. She just says something like, "This group of people run everything." Right.
Right.
What do you do? Because
Jewish people. Did you say Jewish?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
I was reading something like this. I thought, well, she's not going to be racist towards a black person she's on a date with.
That'd be quite funny.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. What do you do? Are you out of there?
Yeah.
Well, I had this.
Like a 10. Like a person who is not even is not human. Do you know those people who you meet them and you're like, you're so attractive, you're like another species. And I not to disparage my other exes. I usually date like 7s. Do you know what I mean? And then I was somehow lucked into a 10.
And Bilal, for context, the 7 is above what you normally.
You can't say that. I'm married.
You're married. You can't say that.
Can't say that.
You're married to a 10. Oh, he was at your
Can't say that.
I was accidentally his best man at his wedding.
Yeah.
Also, we've got getting back into
my
that.
mother-in-law sometimes listens and she likes you.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah. Well, she's fair.
No.
Sorry. I had this, but it didn't turn out as bad as it seemed, so it kind of doesn't really qualify. When I went on my first date with my girlfriend, or as I like to call her, my current girlfriend, she won't be listening. When I went on a date with my girlfriend, she's South African,
yes,
right? And
this is very like my story.
Okay, and over in South Africa, they use a term that we don't use here anymore.
Yes,
for
mixed race people.
Yeah, coloured people,
yes.
right? And
that's
she said,
half black, half white.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, my coloured friend," and I was like, "Oh, racist." I knew it about South Africans. I knew it.
You knew it.
And then I was like, "Whoa!" And then she was like, "Oh no, that doesn't mean." And then I was like, "Can you explain?" Yeah, and then it was fine.
But that's not the same.
No, I know, but I got close,
That's not the same.
and I think I was shallow enough to go through with it.
You probably liked that. Probably excited you, didn't it?
I was like, "Can we get an Uber?"
So your advice would be
No. So I just want a bit more context. I wonder if we missing some
a bit more
context?
context. What context do you need? Like she was fit.
Yeah.
I met her at a gig.
How far
So I met
into
her
the
at a
date
gig.
was this?
It was I met her at a gig and then got a number. We'd been going back and forth for a while, and then I invited her to have coffee, right? And then when we were having coffee and we were just having a chat, she dropped it. She dropped the conspiracy.
So how far into the date? How time-wise? How far into the date?
So
remember, your watch is always set to UK time.
I think it's so funny because I've forgotten most of the rest of the date, but that moment really stands out. Do you know what I mean? Like,
how long have you been on the date before she started?
Like probably like an hour. You know.
Okay, it wasn't like the first thing.
No, it wasn't the first thing. We were chatting, and then it comes up. It just comes up because we're talking about like the world and things.
Oh right.
And then she's like, "Well, they run everything." I was like, holy
Don't you
crap.
think it's interesting when people think you'd share their racism?
And,
Right?
and it's it's almost like the other thing which was unnerving about it wasn't the fact that she said it, but she said it without like looking from side. She just said it like, well, everybody knows this, obviously. Wow. I almost find like, people who are self-aware that they're saying something unacceptable, they know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I'll tell you. So I was online doing a live, right? And someone kept saying ninjas. What the ninjas? And I didn't know this, but literally on Twitch and on TikTok and all these things, if you say the N-word, you get banned. So now they've started calling us ninjas.
Oh. That's not a bad word, though.
It's quite cool. And I actually thought it was kind of funny. I was like, but
I had no idea.
This is flattering. Ninjas are cool. Like, but it's absurd that they're now self-aware. They're like, if I do this, I'm going to lose my account, but I want to swear at him, so I'm going to call him a ninja.
Wow.
I'm going to offer this up. Do you think that because you're quite a charming and nice guy, that you maybe lulled her into a sort of relaxed kind of state where she just felt like she could say anything and didn't even really...
Well, I spoiler, I did not storm out. Right? I asked a lot of follow-up questions and I chatted to her and it became...
Long story short, you found out that they are running everything.
No, it actually became apparent that she believes all the conspiracy theories. And then it bothered me less. Like, because she started talking about the Illuminati. She said that Beyonce's baby wasn't a real baby, right? It was like it? No. So essentially, they believe some people believe that Beyonce was never pregnant. She was pretending to be pregnant, or there are all these like weird ass conspiracies.
And this was before vaccines, I'm guessing.
This was before the vaccine time, right? This was before the vaccine time. And interestingly, she did take the vaccine and stuff.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, does it? Like,
I know what you say about me, Bilal, on here. That I'm a COVID denier, which I'm absolutely not. He just says it for fun. But I went on a date with a girl who was anti-vax, and I was like,
really?
Can't do it. You can't do it, huh?
And I don't think she was interested in me, but...
but also she was anti-vax.
That is tricky, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's too much. It's like...
So for you, you'd shut it down.
It's hard to say what you'd do.
Depends on how long...
I've never experienced that.
How long you've gone without...
It's been a while.
But I think you did the right thing to find out.
I found out more. I dated her, right? Like, but it was interesting because I actually found out...
If we could change
it. Not even that. It's almost like dating someone who's got a different religion.
Yeah.
Because often things come up which fit... I don't even know what you'd call those conspiracy worldview, and something comes up and you're like, nah, that's not it. But you have to say it in like you can't mock them.
Yeah.
You can't say they are no flipping Illuminati, you idiot. That's not gonna work. But you ask like a few follow-up questions and you say, but like if they run the world, how is it we know about them?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be dumb? And you kind of try to nudge a few of the things, and I thought it wasn't like malicious. It's just she read all these things which really had a certain viewpoint.
Maybe she just spent too long going down a YouTube wormhole.
Yeah, that's how it happens. That's how it happens.
Wormhole, rabbit hole. Does it matter what kind of hole?
It's a bad hole.
But you've got listeners who are literally like, she's right. These people are idiots. They're in the dark.
Yeah, that's the kind of
all group. Because
take your tinfoil hat off.
When I did jokes about this stuff, I would always have one or two people they'll come and they'll be like, "Yeah, you're making fun of it, but it's because what they say, your eyes aren't open.
Your third eye is not open.
You've not been red pilled."
The Great Reset.
And they just kind of look down on us like, oh, you're in the dark, you still... And so it's like, wow.
It's mad, isn't it? Because there are conspiracies, like there are things going on, like MPs getting loads of money.
It's usually money. It's usually money. We don't need aliens.
No.
It's just money.
We probably do need aliens to help us out of a lot of...
I'd like aliens.
I'd like aliens. Shake it up. Let's shake things up around here.
I hope they come before I'm dead.
Yeah, that's my biggest life wish.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Well, I'm to be happy, but
there was that American senator this last year who revealed that they had been aliens.
Yeah.
Right? So I just want them to come
back.
Like, I don't necessarily want them to blow us up, but I just want
to solve global warming. That'd be it.
Yeah, just chat. Just chat.
Chat. Okay, so again, because of your sort of wise aura, I want you to do a listener's problem. This is from Gregors99. He's emailed in. Would you believe it, Bilal?
Finally.
How can people email in?
Gotaproblemmate@gmail.com. That's the email address.
And how can they Patreonize us?
What
Go
is
on
it?
Patreon.
Patreon.com/ is it GAPM? GAPM.
And or just
For bonus episodes and stuff.
yeah,
We do
and we've got an exciting thing coming up. Yeah, we're doing a watch along.
Oh right, yeah.
That's coming up very soon on the Patreon. Anyway, also just keep doing what you're doing if you're here, because that's the most useful thing.
Comment, share it, tell people please, etc. We appreciate it.
And share your conspiracy theories in the comments below. Anyway, this has been sent in by Gregors, and he says, "I'm writing to you because I need advice. I'm very stressed at the moment with homework because it's test season.
Oh.
And I feel like I don't have time for anything, like meeting my friends or talking to people and spending time with my family. I can't quite rest or relax because the only thing I can think about is my studying. I don't eat very well either. And when I finish my tests, sometimes for the day or so afterwards, I worry about what I could have done better. And I'm just generally quite stressed at the moment. Any help, lads?"
Who's going off first?
You are.
Okay, okay. So what you've got to understand is relaxing makes your brain better, right? If you only study, it won't work, right? Relaxing makes your brain better, so you need to relax a bit. And then also, can you mix your studying with some socializing? So like if you've got 2 or 3 friends who are in the same class, can you have like a study group? So
especially if one of them's a 10. Get her around. Racist 10. Racist 10 equals a normal 7.
Yeah, I think you do have to do math. You do have to do math. If someone's a 5 out of 10 racist and a 9 out of 10 like hot, you add the numbers together. While if they're like in the KKK, but they're like a 6, the math doesn't work. Would you date someone in the KKK? What have I opened? What have I started? We don't want to go into that. We're all going to be cancelled next week because of this innocuous problem.
Yeah, no, we'll be fine. We've been through worse than this.
Oh, you've been through worse. Okay. But my honest thing is, like, study with people and also understand, like, relaxing a bit makes your brain.
How do you relax?
How do I relax? Hang out with friends, play a video game.
Oh yeah,
watch a
But
show.
when it comes to crunch time, like so for you it would be a gig, but for this guy it's like exam season.
Okay, so like the week of when my radio show is due, right? The script is due, so I'm writing maybe 6 hours a day, but I'm also doing a little bit of relaxing because there's a point of diminishing returns where your brain is just cooked.
And what about like just before a gig? So say it's like the morning of a test. Like for example, I read a sports psychology thing a long time ago and it really helped me.
Yeah.
That if you're feeling nervous just before you go on stage or in their case going out onto the field, best thing you can do is to just like chat to somebody before you go on or out because you're just literally switching your brain off by having a
I'll even say like, the reason I actually have opening acts is not because I need them to open up the audience. I'm very high energy. I can go on cold. But it's the sitting backstage, talking nonsense, puts my brain in a very good place.
Company.
Yeah. So there you go, Gregors. Also, here's what I'm going to say. Stop being such a fucking nerd.
What games are you
playing? Here's an extreme possibility.
I didn't do great at school and look where I am now.
Okay, also, we're giving you like the good advice and then just like another, you could always cheat.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah,
get to write your
essay.
But you can't take the AI into a test.
Just learn that and then go into a test.
What video games are you into?
I play Hearthstone. I play Slay the Spire.
I don't know that.
There'll be people listening who are like, oh, they know my genre.
Oh,
I like roguelikes. It's and deck builders. There's a game Balatro where I'm literally addicted. If I didn't have deadlines, I would just play this game for like 10 hours.
Did you ever stream games?
No, I streamed during the pandemic.
Yeah,
but like
not video games.
No, I streamed video games through the pandemic. I was living alone. I did everything.
You streamed on Twitch?
I did a new show every day, right? A new comedy show every day, and I streamed video games because I was living alone and I didn't want to go mad.
Yeah, no, fair enough. We both did a lot of Twitch over lockdown. I still do.
Anyway, sorry about that, everybody. Speaking of games,
oh yeah,
time to end the show with
is Twitch a sore spot?
No.
Up and he was like, speaking of games.
No, I'm just looking at the
He
time.
acts like he's too cool for it.
He's too cool for it.
I'm trying to get to the end of the episode.
Okay, end of episode.
And so I've got places to be, yeah?
You don't.
And I've got to do enough one of these.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
No, there's a couple of things. Number one, we're going to give people where they can come and see you on tour. But before that, you got to earn your crust if you want. If you want to do that. This is a feature that it's called Guest to Impress, where I've come up with a feature.
Oh, the auditions.
So this is a feature based on you about Britain's Got Talent, right? So I've got 8 acts here.
8 acts.
Tournament style.
Yes.
We're going to play them off against each other. We're going to find the winner.
Okay.
These are largely, they're all famous people.
Okay. Hopefully, and I'm saying who's going through and who's going.
Just who you like the sound of. So, first round is Harold Bishop and Maxi Priest. Tales of the Confessions.
Maxi Priest, then Shabba.
Yeah, but they're doing like a confessional
Mr.
thing.
Loverman.
They're doing a little confessional tales.
It's Maxi Priest.
That's one act.
So Maxi Priest goes through.
No, with Harold Bishop.
I don't know who Harold Bishop is.
He was in Neighbours.
Oh, definitely
it's just
Maxi
a play
Priest.
on words, essentially. Right. Versus.
They're together. Okay.
Scott McTominay says yes to everything.
What's
McTominay.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a footballer, Scott McTominay.
And he says yes to everything. He's doing the Danny Wallace.
Yeah, that's his act.
He's doing the Danny Wallace thing. He's just saying yes to everything.
Yeah.
Now, is he a wealthy footballer?
Yeah.
Then I'm choosing him, and I'm going to tell him, give me half of your money, and he has to say yes.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah, there is a bit in Danny
Scott's
Wallace's
through.
book where he wins money on a scratch card and has to give it to a guy.
Yes.
Okay. The Red Hot Chili Peppers in a cold plunge. I can't speak. In a cold plunge.
Okay.
Sing Coldplay covers on ice skates.
Wow, this is going to be tough to beat.
Versus Jimmy, Allen, and Maxine Carr identify different cars just by listening to their engines rev.
No, it's definitely the first one. I mean, I would love to torture Jimmy Carr that way, but at the same time, like the first one was a legitimately entertainer. Yeah.
Okay. Now we've got Bananarama's crime drama in a bath full of beans.
You failed by making it a bath full of beans because you had rhyme. You had Bananarama drama, so it shouldn't have been
on the back of a llama.
On the back of a llama, or
Well, you're a judge. You're allowed to tell them to tweak their act and come back next week.
tweak their act. Have a bath in something that rhymes with llamas.
Right. Okay. Versus Todd Bowley's Perfect Strike. He's going bowling.
Bowling's boring.
Right. Okay.
So
you go for Bananarama.
Bananarama, but they have to change it from beans to what food rhymes with ama?
Come do some work. You only ask the same 6 questions every week.
Salami. Pizza. With pizza. Pizza.
Okay.
Carbonara.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, all right.
You see?
Okay.
The rap background's still in there.
Okay. The rap background's still in there.
Oh, when I was in my 20s, I was in a rap group.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar are the best of friends versus...
I would love that. I would love that forced to be friends.
Versus Claudia Winkleman winks at all the men in the audience in under a minute to soft jazz.
Who's Claudia Winkleman?
She's the host of Traitors, amongst many, many other things.
Does she have like an eye twitch or something that's going to give her an advantage?
She's got a big fringe.
She has a fringe.
No, it's going to be Kendrick and Drake.
Are the best of friends.
Hey, best of friends, but I would add that they're best of friends while the diss tracks are playing. And they have to smile while the other person's like, you know what I mean? Like,
like a comedy roast.
Yeah, literally. And you just have to smile while he's saying you're a p***. And you're like, Drake's like, oh, good line.
So you've got 4 in the final.
4 in the final. Did I just get you demonetized?
No, Drake and
That's fine.
best friends, Bananarama, Scott McTominay says yes to everything, or the Red Hot Chili Peppers in a cold plunge, singing Coldplay covers on ice skates.
I don't think anything's beating Kendrick and Drake.
Okay.
Having to be friends.
You give them the special
We got to add
buzzer.
more
What
to
do you
this.
do?
We would add more to this.
Golden
Golden
They
buzzer.
win Daliso's golden
They
buzzer.
win my golden buzzer, but again, they have to. No, even better. They have to rap each other's insults.
Oh my god.
They need to trace songs, right? So literally, they are rapping about everything wrong with themselves.
Like Eminem in 8 Mile.
Does he do that?
No, not quite that.
No,
Not quite that.
This is himself, so the other guy's got nothing else left.
Drake actually tried to do that. He tried to do that. One of his raps was called Tailor Made Freestyle, and in it he said all the things you're going to say about me, but it didn't work because he
didn't
He
say
didn't call
that
himself
thing.
Yeah, he did it. He did it.
I love these rap battles. I've really enjoyed it.
It's been glorious.
Yeah.
I love rap battle is magnificent. We need some of that in comedy. Like literally, it energized the fans. Everyone got
Okay.
involved.
Do you want to start a beef with me?
Let's start a beef.
I'm gonna
Let's
do a post
I came down. Yeah.
saying that you were a prick on the podcast. And
Okay.
We'll see where that goes.
We'll see where that
Yeah,
goes.
we'll see
We'll
where
see where that goes. It's like fucking. I'll probably just talk about your glasses.
Yeah, just call me a pedo. So, Daliso, in a nutshell, what can people expect from your tour? Tell us a little bit about the show itself, and then I'm going to rattle off some dates.
Okay, everyone's going to say this, but my show is fire, right? It's just like it's hilarious, right? 22 years ago, I did my first show, Feed This Black Man,
Mhm.
right? I looked at that show notes, and I rewrote it. So none of the jokes are the same, but the themes are the same, and the set list is the same. It's just older me
Wow.
reflecting
Wow,
on
that's
that
cool.
and doing it right, essentially. And it's been so much fun.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
that sounds great. And you're on tour in the following places. June 1st, you're in York. June 8th, Bradford. 12th, Leeds. 15th, Chippenham. Ever been to Chippenham, Bilal?
No, in fact,
Yes.
Chippenham sales are not great. So Chippenham listeners, please buy tickets.
Chippenham.
If you've ever even heard of Chippenham, go there. Bromley, 21st.
Bromley also needs help.
I don't think you're selling it. I would 22nd,
No,
Southend.
just Southend's smashing.
Good.
Newport, 29th.
Smashing. The Welsh like me.
Then September, Wrexham, the 10th.
Help.
14th, Liverpool.
All good.
15th,
What?
Worksworth.
We don't even know where you
It's
are.
at a festival, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. October 5th, Birmingham. 11th, Bolton. 20th, Bristol. 24th, Hull. I'm getting back into my old radio days here. November 23rd, Blackheath Halls in London.
Yeah.
Quite near to my own dad. 24th of November, Brighton Comedia.
That's one of my favorite venues.
Yeah.
I mean, I like all of it, but that's a fantastic venue.
Yes, that is. And then the 7th of December in Silsden. That's the big finale.
That's not the
Oh.
big finale. I have one of these people who we keep adding dates until people stop buying tickets. So if you're listening, I don't know why people would be listening. If you randomly come across this and it's December, trust me, there'll be more dates.
And the reloaded dates, it should be called Feed This Black Man Again. Still hungry.
I wish I'd been talking to you when titling it because I should have put Still Hungry on the poster.
Well, you do have a very good PR. They should have taken care of that.
They should have
Anyway,
taken care of that.
thank you so much for coming. You've been a brilliant guest. Thank you for watching and listening. And we'll see you next time here on Gapham.
Goodbye.
I love Still Hungry. I'm literally gonna